Welcome, viewers. Away from the stress life of the city, today let's take a break and immerse in the music, in the life of music, the essence of music, and how important it is in our daily lives. We have with us 20-year-old Eesha Chopra from Gurugram, who's pursuing music in a great manner. She's writing lyrics, she's composing songs, she's composing the music and singing them too. So let's speak with her and understand her journey in this beautiful world of music. Tell me one thing, where did the journey start?
It started when I was, I think, 6 years old. Okay. That's when it started. That's when I started learning Hindustani vocals. And then I shifted to Western vocals and I just pursued it.
Okay. So tell me, from Hindustani vocals to Western, what was the difference that you observed between the two?
They're both quite similar yet different in their own way. Hindustani vocals has more to do with the strong bass that you're supposed to have and the strength of your voice and your core. Whereas Western vocals is more concerned with the variety of skills that you have. Mm-hmm. It has to do with the vibratos that you use, the runs and riffs. So it has to do with all the skills and techniques that you can use.
Okay. Was Indian helpful in pursuing Western as well?
It was definitely very easy because I took Hindustani vocals at first. It kind of made my bass, the bass of my voice, and that's why when I shifted to Western vocals, it was a very easy shift. So it wasn't that difficult.
So when we talk about lyrics and music and compositions and singing, how do you start? What comes first?
So different artists have different order to go with. Sometimes they make the track first and then write the lyrics. I first write the lyrics and then I come up with the track and then I compose the lyrics.
When you're writing lyrics, is there a particular topic or anything that you think of and have in mind before writing?
So I usually write about incidents that have been a great deal in my life. And my lyrics are always a mix of real life incidents as well as fictional situations. So I kind of mix them up.
Okay. Which groups or singers that we have today have been have given a lot of motivation to you as far as composing music is concerned?
In terms of composing music and I think writing the lyrics, I really look up to Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo. That's the kind of pattern that I follow because I really like the way they write their lyrics and then they perform the song, because then it's like sometimes their lyrics are going to be sad, but the song is so much fun and you don't realize you're having fun while singing a sad song.
Okay.
So I really like that technique. And another artist that I really look up to is Ed Sheeran, just because his songs are beautiful.
Okay. Tell me, when it comes to challenges, what is the biggest challenge that you faced as far as composing music is concerned?
I think lyrics are difficult to write because that can be tricky sometimes, and as well as getting the task done, because people don't realize, but it's a very long process. Like sometimes it takes me a year and a half to make one song. Just because I am writing the lyrics on my own, then I'm getting the track made from someone else. Mm-hmm. Then I have to go to the recording studio. Then there's a sound engineer that has to do the work. And if you don't like it, they have to do it again and again. And for me, I want my song to be perfect because it's going to stay forever. So it takes a lot of time. So I think in terms of time, I get a little impatient that, because I'm so excited. So I want it to be done fast. And even in terms of writing the lyrics, because you need to make sure that the lyrics is good enough. I don't think there is as such some rehearsals that I give, because it's my own song. I write it, I compose it, so I know it by heart. Mm-hmm. So I don't really need to practice. And even when I go to the studio to record it, there have been so many times that I have recorded a very different version of what I thought I would record. Because it happens on the spot and it turns out to be good. So I'm like, okay, we'll go with that. So, yeah.
So how do you create the music for it? Is it a live band that you have with you when you're singing in the studio?
No, so I have a personal producer. He's also a great friend of mine. and he produces all the tracks for all my songs, and it's always electronically produced. It's never a band, so he produces on a software. And even like when I do need a track where it has to sound like a live band, I will tell him and he will digitally do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with the digitization that we have today, how much do you think that has the beautification in music enhanced with digitization, or has it affected it otherwise?
I mean, it has definitely broadened the aspect of music, because with digitally producing music, we have a lot of potential of creating so much more. But I also feel like recording the tracks as a live band, it has that personal touch and that connection that you feel. So even though digitalization has gone too far and it has a lot of potential, I feel like live music is still better.
Have some more on music from Eesha Chopra, the young 20-year-old psychology student who's pursuing music in a great manner. Isha, tell me one thing. As far as singing is concerned, where all do you perform?
So I have performed at various clubs and restaurants. They've been Boca, Bowtie, Black, even Koram and Gurgaon, and Connaught Club Place. I usually perform at different restaurants and nightclubs, because usually my gigs have that more like soft vibe. It's not usually all the peppy songs. So yeah, I prefer restaurants.
So, do you perform Bollywood also?
Yeah, sometimes when the management team asks me that to perform Bollywood songs, because a lot of places Hindi songs aren't allowed. They prefer me singing English songs. So whenever I am allowed to sing Bollywood songs, I definitely try my best, because even I have a lot of fun singing them.
So, when we talk about language, do you like to compose and write in English or Hindi more?
I definitely prefer English. I have tried in Hindi and it was a disaster. It did not sound good at all, so I realized I should just stick to English.
Okay. So, tell me one thing. What you have in mind as far as future is concerned? I mean, your aspirations, if we were to talk about them, as far as music is concerned.
In terms of music, I feel like it's always going to stay in my life, no matter what I do. And I'm never going to stop performing or composing songs. And I also want to use this as a source of building more connections, meeting new people. And yeah, it's something that is always going to be there in my life.
Okay. Can we have a small composition from one of your self-written numbers?
Okay, so you want me to sing right now?
For us? Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll sing the most recent song that I released. It's called 7 Seconds. So I'll just sing like the chorus of it. So it goes like, so this is me standing in front of you to tell. 'Cause I'm making a deal with the devil to make you watch your own. 7 seconds in hell. I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm wishing you well. 'Cause I'm making a deal with the devil to make you watch your own. 7 seconds in hell.
Very beautiful indeed.
Thank you so much.
So, Isha, what inspires you the most as far as composing and writing is concerned? Because writing is a lot of it. It has to do with a lot of emotions, and you have to be constantly on the creative front, right? So, what inspires you?
I usually, whenever people ask me that, I always tell them that all my songs are fictional. I just imagine them. But to be very honest, like there are always incidents in your life that happen and you never get closure. So those incidents, because I never got closure, it helps me express my feelings in terms of lyrics, because there is so much that I have to say about it. So I always choose those incidents and I always write songs about them.
Can you tell us a few topics that you've written on, till now, like the few?
I mean, they've always been topics that I think my generation or anyone can relate to. It has to do with like meeting someone new or like heartbreak, or anything. So I try to pick topics that people will relate to. And my recent song is genuinely a fictional song. It's actually my first fictional song because I was like, I shouldn't wait for something to happen to write about it. I can just write about anything random. I can imagine myself in a position. And my recent song, 7 Seconds, is about a toxic relationship.
Okay.
And even though I have never experienced that, it was still very easy for me to write about it just by imagining myself be in that position.
Have people and their lives around you uh, encouraged you to write a song?
To be honest, no, because even though I have seen a few people in a few situations, I can never really know how they're feeling, right? I can always know how I am feeling in a situation. So I always keep it to myself, how I'm feeling, I do that, and sometimes people end up relating to it.
Okay. What are the other hobbies that you pursue besides music?
So in terms of hobbies, another thing that I'm very, very passionate about is Bollywood, anything related to Bollywood.
Okay.
Whether it's the songs, the movies, the trailers, the interviews, I can do Bollywood all day.
Okay. And what kind of movies in Bollywood do you fancy?
I prefer the old movies that have happened, but a few of my favorite movies, I think my number one favorite movie would be Dear Zindagi, because
Okay.
it's one movie that I related to the most. And yeah, other movies are those typical Dharma movies like Student of the Year, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum and all that.
Okay. So we've had a interaction with Eesha Chopra, who's into writing lyrics, composing music, singing songs, and she's bubbling with energy. Uh, music is one of the best stress busters that you can have in life, and it helps you to gain all the confidence and approach life with a new thought and a new feeling every day. Thank you so much. This is Reena Dhankar